What's going on, guys? Broken Prophet here. Welcome back to the vlog. Here is hoping that you're having an amazing Tuesday. It's already starting. If you guys, as always, if you see me looking down, then that means that obviously I'm recording this video live in front of the channel members who, despite my admonishments, are probably going to try and make me laugh during this video. So if the video skips and cuts a bunch, excuse me, in the edited version, that means they got me off track. But I'm going to try to focus on you guys and not on these rabble rousers and troublemakers that are my wonderful channel members. Thank y'all for being a part of the live studio audience. I appreciate y'all. So without further ado, as you guys have probably seen the title, this is going to be a video on law stay away and court case. Hopefully, if you do enough of the former, you won't have to utilize the latter as much. So we are going to get into both of them. But a lot of these court case workings can be not court case, I'm sorry, but the law stay away workings can be utilized for general protection. Okay, because you have to understand, I see a lot of my younger aspiring workers asking me, well, Prophet, why are there so many law keep away workings? Dang, it seemed like our ancestors were criminals. This is something that y'all have actually said to me. And I say, well, yeah, you got to understand. There was a point in this country where if we breathed, it was against the law. So yeah, we had a lot of law stay away workings, not because we were engaged in so many illicit activities. It's just being black was illegal at some point. So we had to come up with a lot of workings to keep them off of us. Because remember, there were times we couldn't even walk down the street. We had to walk down the side. We had to hop off into the street. And if you didn't hop off into the street, there was a problem. There was a point in this country where it was like this. They could haul a white man in the court covered in blood from head to toe. And they were like, Tom, did you beat your wife? And Tom go, nah, wasn't me. And the judge would go, well, I guess he didn't do it. Well, who did it, Tom? I think Jesse over there did it. And Jesse, black guy, Jesse be like, I've been standing here the whole time. I'm the court reporter. And judge be like, string him up. So we came up with a bunch of workings to kind of keep the law off of our back, because that's just what the law did back then, and in a lot of ways even now. So without further ado, let's get into some of the workings. Now, one thing that I tell you guys all the time, workings have to be layered. When you think of your workings, think of, like, say, the those little cologne or perfume sets that they sell in the store, right? We all will just buy the cologne or the perfume, and that's great. But what do they sell? They sell the lotion, they sell the body wash, things like that, because they know if you layer those scents, right, you're going to smell that much better. Also, protections, spiritual protections, are meant to be layered just like physical protections. I have a gate out there, but if you get past the gate, then I've got Hoodoo Dog. If you get past Hoodoo Dog, I've got cameras and alarms. If you get past that, I've got a lock on my door. And if you get past that, I got the Bethlehem. So you layer your protections, and I'm going to show you how to layer your protection. Now, one of the things that I like to do is to do workings that keep jealousy away. If you are engaged in some activities that are a little bit afoul of the law, you have to understand they always looking for you. And two, unless nobody knows what you're doing, there's somebody's going to be jealous of what it is you're doing. And I'm talking to my street pharmacists and folks like that, because there is no code to the streets anymore. People will tell on you if they get caught. So the best way is to do workings that will negate jealousy. Okay. Now, one of my favorite workings to negate jealousy is good old basil. Good old basil. Now, basil, if sprinkled in the corners of your home, will negate jealousy. And by negate, I mean it'll keep it down a bit. Because, see, if you are engaged in illicit activities, or if you are not, but you just want to keep jealousy down at the workplace, the traditional working, is to sprinkle it in the corners of your home. But if you are a street pharmacist, or if you're engaged in activities out and about, then you can sprinkle the basil in your workplace if you got jealous people at work, or around the block. Now, this is what I like to tell my street pharmacists. The corner you're working, sprinkle it there. But also go out a few blocks and sprinkle it there. You want to start your protections out and work your way inward. And basil stops jealousy. Another root, is it a root or is it a herb? I don't know. But I know it's black mustard seed. I use black mustard seed myself because it scatters negative energy and negative entities. Now, I'm not saying that your haters are going to be sending demons and spirits or whatever at you, but with enough thought, because haters, that's all they have time to do. The rest of us have to go to work. We have goals, we have dreams, we have family that we have to attend to. But haters, they always have time because they don't have nothing else to do. And a lot of times that energy, that thought form can become kinetic, kind of like an actual spirit or demon, and come launched in your direction. So what you do is you take the black mustard seed. Now I know there's, the Bible says mustard seed, you only need one, right? Mustard seed of faith. But this, you want to get a pinch. And every day for 3 days, you sprinkle a pinch outside your front door. Before you go to work, before you start trapping, before you head to the pole, before you go do whatever it is you're gonna do, but you may work at a nail salon or no, a hair salon. Before you go putting there in the other stylish shampoo, sprinkle some of that mustard seed out your door. Do it once a day for 3 days before you head out, and that will protect you from your enemies and things like that. And lastly, because you want to layer it, right? You want to layer it. This is something that used to be talked about a lot, but it's not talked about as much. And I kind of want to bring it back because we're entering into the spring and I'm going to have a bunch of it growing. And that is devil's shoestring. Now, devil's shoestring is something that we use to stop negativity. It is called devil's shoestring. Think about when we are kids and we run around with our shoes untied. What does mama or big mama or daddy or whoever always tell us? You better tie your shoes or you're going to trip and fall. So we call this herb devil's shoestring because that's what it is. The devil is coming your way. Negativity is coming your way. Evil is coming your way. This unties its shoestrings so that it trips and falls before it actually gets to you. Now, again, this does not necessarily, just like the black mustard seed, does not necessarily have to be if you're engaged in illegal activities. It can be good just for general bad energy, bad juju, just whatever. You layer that with the mustard seed, but this you sprinkle around the yard. Or you're a street pharmacist, you sprinkle it around the block. Let me tell y'all a story. So, y'all know I'm also a palero, right? Batata of Palo Mayombe. And there's a lot of palo in South Florida, a lot. And with that being said, sometimes when you do workings or have a ceremony, you have things to dispose of. And people get tired of like coming outside, like, man, I know that ain't another doggone roost at that stop sign. So they'll try to get you for littering and stuff like that. And listen, if y'all stop doing that, find a respectful place to leave your offerings. So we were having a big ceremony, a lot of people coming, and I knew, and the tata that was holding it, we knew that there were going to be a lot of things that going to have to be left. And what happened is to keep 12, Lord, keep the police from riding by and seeing some things that maybe they shouldn't have seen. What we did was, we went out a couple of pairs and we took like some roots and herbs. I brought some devil's shoestring because I was a root man. And we went around the block sprinkling, right? And so what that did was that stopped them from coming down the street where we were. See, a lot of times people will grab some lost stay away oil, which is great, But we just think about ourselves and people will put some on their hands, on their shoes and call it good. Sometimes it is. But you have to think very rarely, if they're looking for you, Like my theme song, I've been running from the law. If they looking for you, they're not gonna grab you. Ha ha! I got you, Cheryl, and then be like, "Oh, maybe I don't have you." All of a sudden, I am confused. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work that way. You want to start out some. Okay, so not just at your house, but start out a little bit. Start out in the yard. Start out in the blocks surrounding wherever it is. If you have a lot of negativity at your job, then just put some stuff out in the parking lot. You don't necessarily have to just have stuff at your desk. You start out just like the layer, build a fence, then a wall, and then have your internal protections. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. So those are my favorites. But let's just say you just skip past this video because you were like, probably talking too much. And now they got you. They got you. And you try to call me, and I say, one, don't. I'm not accepting the charges. So you call somebody who will pick up, and y'all three-way me, and then I say I am retired. Well, what do? I'm gonna give you two things that are very, very effective. Okay. Now, first, I'm retired from doing the work, but I can coach you through it. Just book a consultation. Speaking of which, beloveds, just because I said I am retired from doing workings and I'm here to teach, that don't mean y'all flood my WhatsApp. Book some consultations. All right, book some consultations. Lord have mercy. But anyway, so I'm going to give you two very effective workings that will handle a lot of court case situations. Of course, the stiffer the charges, the more you're going to have to do. But this should be good for like misdemeanors and low level felonious things. All right. The first one is either you or someone, because if you locked up, then you're gonna need somebody to do this for you. And this is an old-fashioned one. I'll take it out of the bag. We call this Aaron's rod. Okay. This particular twig, which is available at www.trueconjure.com. Hey, let me help y'all out. It's called Aaron's rod after Moses's brother, the chief priest. Okay. As the chief priest, a lot of times it was your job to enforce the will of God, or in this case, God's mouthpiece, which was Moses. So Aaron's rod is often used as a court case route at that. So what you'll do is you'll take some court case oil and you'll anoint it, and then you'll either leave it next to a blue candle or you take it to court with you. Now you're gonna have to, if you get a piece like this, I say nub it down to, or nut cut it, nub, cut it down to like right there, and then put that in your pocket. It's a piece of wood. So of course, when you're going to court, it's just gonna they're gonna go through a metal detector. They're not gonna notice that. You'll be fine. Okay. And have it in court with you. And every time that your lawyer speaks, because you don't have it in your pocket, every time your lawyer speaks, rub that root. Rub that root. Okay. And that'll help for things to be ruled upon in your favor. Now, another one that everyone knows about that is absolutely effective is Little John the Chew, or galangal root. Little John the Chew. Now, this little bad boy, done got as many black folks to freedom as Harriet Tubman. Okay. And the way this works is, now it's hard. You're gonna have to chew it. That's why it's called Little John to chew. You're going to have to chew this little root and then spit it out in the courtroom. If you can't do it, say you're locked up, to have your loved one get some, and this is what they're gonna do. As you're led in there and the trial starts, they're gonna pop it in their mouth, they're gonna chew it and then spit it out. Pro tip, because this thing is hard. Pause. Soak it in water overnight and make it very sugary water. So in the morning, it'll be softer and it'll be sweet because this is spicy. It is a species of ginger. It is very spicy. So you want to sugar it and soften it so that they can, chew it and then spit it out during court time. Now, some people carry it, and it's been effective that way as well. But y'all know I was just talking about layering your workings. So I think the best thing to do, which I have also done to good effect, is to take some scissors and cut off a little piece so you can carry a piece and chew a piece. All right, carry a piece and chew a piece. Now, before y'all start asking me, say, Prophet, is there a Bible verse to this? Did I give y'all one? No, I didn't. I didn't forget to give you one. I just didn't give you one because there wasn't one to give. Okay, these are very simple workings that are very effective. The only thing to it is that you've just got to do it. The best thing is to be proactive and don't wait until the end to do your workings. All right. If you're going to be out there engaged in certain things, or maybe you just want the protective aspects of some of the workings I've given, then go ahead and get it done. There's no such thing as being too protected. All right. So that being said, hopefully you guys have gotten some value from this video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me and subscribe. Or if you feel the need to sow a seed, then you see scrolling down below is the information there. Is anything and everything is greatly appreciated. Y'all have a good one. God bless. Profit out.